Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly forecast for October 24th through the 30th. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might stumble upon this video at a future date. That's just fine. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it, whenever it's time to hear the messages. Keep in mind this is a general reading, therefore not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, let's see what's coming up here for the Aries collective. One more shuffle. Let's get right on into it, my darlings. All right. So the first card coming up here for the Aries collective, lucky you Aries, is Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups is wishes coming true. That which you're wishing for, that which you're desiring is coming in. This is actually a really good week to have the Nine of Cups coming up because we do have a new moon in Scorpio on the 25th. And so there's going to be this wonderful manifestation energy. So some of you, this wish coming true may be things that you're manifesting fairly quickly, right? Like maybe this is like something newer that you're wanting to manifest. It's like newer on your wish list, and you may have it coming in fairly quickly. For some of you, instantaneously. How lucky is that? We also have the solar eclipse in Scorpio also on the 25th. So we've got a solar eclipse and a new moon on the same day. Solar eclipse in Scorpio could be revealing information or having truth be revealed in a situation. So if that's something you've been wishing for, if you've just been saying, I just want the truth about the situation, I just want light on this matter, then that solar eclipse may be revealing to you things you've been waiting to have confirmation for. Some of you, this may be confirmation about a situation. For other ones, you may be manifesting something or calling something in fairly quickly. The Nine of Cups comes in for me in my readings to say that your wish is going to come true. But right now, you need to work on like this sense of deservingness. Because the other, like the flip side of the Nine of Cups could be people looking at you with jealousy or envy or feeling like you don't deserve what you got, or you have it so good, and because you have it so good, you owe it to them to help them, to give to them, and they may take and take and take and mooch and mooch and mooch and leave you with nothing. So the Nine of Cups comes up for me in readings to say your wish is coming true, but right now you need to work on like a healthy sense of entitlement. Like, know that you deserve this, you worked hard for this, it's yours. You don't have to give it away to somebody else. You don't have to hand it over to somebody else. And that you have the right to say no. You have the right to have boundaries in place. And you have the right to be happy, right? You've worked hard for this moment. You have the right to enjoy it and not to let somebody else's opinions, take the fun out of it or take the happiness out of it for you. So work on that sense of entitlement, healthy sense of entitlement, a deservingness, maybe like through affirmations, reminding yourself of how far you've worked, reminding yourself of all the reasons why you're a wonderful person. And just know that, you're not going to allow anybody else's stinky attitude to come in and to rob you of your joy in your moment. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords could be the burning of bridges. Maybe for some of you, there's been a situation that you keep getting pulled back in. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a living situation or living arrangement. And you just haven't been able to break free from it. But you may be manifesting something that's going to allow you to have that independence. Or you could be manifesting the truth that you need so that you can say, you can't gaslight me anymore. You can't fool me anymore, right? Here it is. And, like in irrefutable evidence, like this is it. Don't tell me otherwise anymore. So there could be a burning of bridges here with this Five of Swords. Some of you have heard me talk about the Five of Swords in a different way, where there's like an aspect of somebody triggering you. But the Five of Swords coming in with the Nine of Cups I don't feel that vibe so much. I don't feel this is somebody coming in and triggering you. I feel this is more so like getting a clean break. But not just getting a clean break, like once and for all, where this isn't going to repeat. We're not going to come back to this again. You're not going to get sucked into it again. Some of you could be dealing with a very, very a smooth narcissist kind of person here who's just really good at pulling you back in, or like playing with your uh emotions, or they could just be very smooth, very persuasive. And so something could be coming in here that's making it very difficult. On the contrary, not contrary, but on the flip side to this, some of you maybe are like using reverse psychology in a narcissist situation where you know the person is a narcissist, and you've just been kind of laying low because you're trying to get them to discard you. And you're like, gosh, I just can't shake this narcissist, man. Like they won't discard me. Like, when are they going to discard me, or when are they going to discard me for good? Some of you are playing like a reverse psychology mind game with a narcissist. You're like, this narcissist is smart, but I'm way smarter. Right? And so some of you are trying to get to that discard. So you're like, okay, gosh, now this person's out of my way. I don't have to deal with them. I'm going to let them think that they won. I'm going to let them think that they have the power in the situation, and they can walk away feeling good, like they discarded me. And then this way I don't have to deal with the flying monkeys. This way I don't have to deal with them like talking bad about me, like they've gotten their way and they can just go off and live their life. Some of you may quite literally be manifesting that final discard. Those of you who are playing this reverse psychology, mental Jedi mind trick situation here in outsmarting a narcissist. But I do feel with this Five of Swords, something is finally like coming to completion. Like, we don't have to do this again. Like, this bridge is burned. We're done. Some of you have been biding your time in a toxic situation, waiting for the next door to open. And that door is opening, and you are burning your bridges so you never ever have to come back to this situation again. I used to work at a job, and everybody would joke about it. Like, when I resigned from that job and I went to another job, and I didn't leave with bad intentions. I didn't have the resentment, at least the first time when I resigned, that a lot of the people had for that place or that company. And everyone said, all right, well, we'll see you again. We'll keep your cubicle open for you. And I just kind of laughed. I was like, okay. Then they're like, no, like, nobody leaves here. Everybody's been back. I go, what do you mean? And so I was like, yeah, this is my third time back. Somebody else is like, yeah, I left, and I've been back. I can't even count how many times. And I just kind of laughed it off. But sure enough, I ended up needing a job, and I came back to this place. Or they would call me, and they'd oh, we miss you, and like, they'd talk me into coming back. I left and came back to this job several times. So I remember one of my coworkers one day, he wanted to quit, but he knew that if he quit, he had already been back a few times. He told me, he goes, I'm going to burn my bridges. I'm going to burn my bridges so bad that there's no way I'll ever come back here again. And sure enough, he knew what buttons to push, and he knew what to do. And he got fired, and he got fired in a big way, but he had already lined up the next job, right? Like, he had already lined up the next job. He was going to be okay, but like, in his mind, he's like, if I quit, something's going to happen. They're going to pull me back in here. So like, he wanted to make sure that he'd never get pulled back into that job again, and he burned his bridges. And so some of you, I don't think you're going to maybe go to that extreme where you're plotting something, but you may be leaving a situation, and like, you've been wanting to burn this bridge. Like, I just need this next door to open so I can burn this bridge. And so for some of you, that's happening. The door is opening, and now you're like, I'm out of here, see ya, and you're burning a bridge. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective Speaking of burning of bridges, the Ten of Swords. Holy cannoli, something is finally done. Right? No more rounds. No more round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. Ten of Swords, the monster is gone. The monster is out. Ten of Swords is the closing and the ending of a karmic cycle. And this is big. Even though we don't have any major arcana cards here, I don't know, we'll see if the last card's a major arcana. Even though we don't have major arcana cards here, this is a big shift. This is a big energy. Ten of Swords could also be breaking out of ideologies and past life agreements that no longer serve you. So there could have been lessons that you were learning. There could have been tools that you were gaining from this friction or from this challenging time in your life or this challenging person or relationship. And Ten of Swords says it's done. Whatever you had to learn, whatever you had to do, whatever you had to exchange, it's been exchanged and there's no coming back to it. You know, for whoever this was that was like a cat and they had the 9 lives and they kept getting chance after chance, no more chances. This is done. And it could be because of a truth that is being revealed here or something you are manifesting in the energy of the coming week. But you're never going to come back to this situation again. You're never going to come back to this person or situation again. It is done. It is done for good in all directions of time, and it's never going to repeat again, never going to show its face again. Ten of Swords could also be for some of you coming into a time of sobriety, like a permanent sobriety. So you may be burning bridges here with anyone who is tempting you to pull you back into these old self-medicating ways, or anyone who is triggering you, causing you to be tempted to self-medicate or to feel the need to self-medicate. You're like, I wouldn't feel the need to self-medicate so much if I wasn't dealing with this person's nonsense, right? So there could be something here where you're burning bridges with anybody that is keeping you from keeping healthier habits. And for some of you, maybe this isn't self-medicating in the sense of substances. Maybe this is healthy eating habits, healthy spending habits. But you're like, anyone who's being a negative influence on me, gone. Gone. I don't need them. I don't need them in my life. So there could be a cutting away and a burning of bridges in this way for some of you, as well as you're getting more serious about your goals and staying focused. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective is the Devil. I just got chills, and it is a major arcana card. Oh my goodness, Aries. I just got chills. I'm like, we don't have any major arcana cards yet here, but we'll see. And oh my gosh, and out of all the cards it could be, it's the Devil. Holy cannoli. Okay. So this could, for some of you, be dealing with a Capricorn. Okay, maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn. If you have Capricorn placements, there could be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. However, the Devil card can also be about fears, negative ego, excess, a sense of gluttony even, and addictions. Things that we do to self-medicate ourselves that maybe have gotten out of hand or getting the best of us. It doesn't have to be substance. It could be being a workaholic. It could be being like living in the gym, right? Like 24 hours a day, workout, muscle, build. It could be things that seem very healthy on the outside. People might look at you and go, oh, wow, look at you working, hustling, grinding, chasing that paper. Look at you, Mr. or Miss Fitness, right? But it may be a way in which we're running away from something. It could be another way that we're self-medicating or that we're trying to distract ourselves from situations. You're going to break out of it here with this Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords. But what you need to know with this Devil card here, this is massively karmic. This is hugely karmic, and for some of you, this has plagued you your whole life. And this is the last big push to be out of it. This is the last big push to be done with it. But what you need to do is know that because this is such a massive shift, and this is such a massive change, negative ego is going to come in hard. Right? That negative ego that comes in, that mean, nasty voice in your head that tells you it's never going to change. You're never going to succeed. You're never going to be good enough. You're going to fail. You're going to look so stupid. Everybody's going to laugh at you. You're going to die alone. You're going to die penniless. All these mean things that the negative ego says. The louder and the meaner that negative ego is, the closer you are to the breakthrough. And that's why it's getting so vicious. That's why it's getting so nasty, because it's running out of time and it knows you're about to break free. So you have to remind yourself, I must be on the verge to a really massive breakthrough. I must be on the verge to something really big right now. That negative ego is coming down on me so hard. And you have to pray. You have to meditate. You have to mind over matter, positive affirmation, maybe take some spiritual baths here once a week for the next few weeks, or anything else you can do to clear your environment, to clear your space and your energy, and know that you will overcome the negative ego. And when you do, it's going to be a completely different life. It's going to be a completely different world. You've been in this bondage, this mental, emotional, spiritual bondage, and you're breaking out of it once and for all. And once you do, the world is your oyster. The things you've been wishing for, granted. You're not that far from it. This last push might be a big push. But, when we have great potential, when we have great purpose, the harder that energy can work against us sometimes. And here is your chance to be done with it so that it doesn't hold you back anymore. Okay? For some of you, it's held you back your whole life. And this is it. It's ending here. It's ending in 2022. You're going to be done with it. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. I do have a playlist in the description that will take you to the weekly forecast, so it'll be easier to find the other videos. Love readings are also linked in the description. If you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, link in the description that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite. And you can go ahead and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I have not announced this on the earth sign or water sign readings because it just came to me here as I began doing the fire sign readings. But I've decided that now through middle of October, I'm going to take 10% of the income I receive from private readings, and I'm going to buy Toys for Tots, and I'm going to hopefully be able to donate a bunch of toys, but we'll see what comes in. So if you've been thinking about scheduling a private reading, and if you want to contribute towards Toys for Tots, then please do feel free to schedule a private reading with me. As I said, link in the description will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite. I'll also share with everyone. I'll take a picture or pictures, and I'll share in the community tab what I got, what I was able to get for Toys for Tots. But I feel moved to do that this year. I don't know why I've never thought of it before. But I'm just letting you guys know that I'm planning on doing that. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. And I hope you'll come back tomorrow and check out the card of the day message. Take care. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Be well, my darlings.